So, 2020. We know enough. You know, we know what happened. But
What happened?
the beginning, here we are in January, playing the fucking biggest show of our lives.
Yeah. Pretty much,
It
yeah.
started on just such an astronomical high.
Started on such a high.
Well, cop this day, right? Okay, we wake up at the Airbnb. We're not in hotels anymore. We're getting Airbnbs in Sydney.
Yeah, back full circle to the service departments.
Exactly. Now we're hanging out, and we wake up, and we're filming a video for a song called Old Me. And it's a big, long day ahead, but we know the last shot is actually us walking onto stage at ANZ Stadium. And,
wow.
you know, so it was a whole big master plan. We're filming this video with Hannah Lux Davis. We really see this as an opportunity to help, you know, relieve this. I mean, the monstrous fires that ripped through Australia was absolutely devastating. And the Aussie spirit has a really great ability to come together with, you know, community, but also humor and uplifting positive spirit. And we were a part of that, you know. And it was a great time to go back for the band and play to Australia and show them that we can kick ass live in a stadium and spread like this awesome feeling of positivity and people enjoying this big live show with all these amazing acts. We were sharing the stage with Alice Cooper. We were sharing the stage with Queen, Delta Goodrum. Who else was there? Whole bunch of people. Icehouse.
Yeah.
I know all our fans love Icehouse.
Was Bonzi there?
Bonzi was there.
Fonzie.
No.
If he wasn't, he should have been.
Fonzie was.
Fonzie was there. Sorry.
Fonzie and Bonzi.
Yeah.
So yeah, we played this amazing. We played
Sorry.
this awesome show, and we're starting to play. We're still playing Teeth and Easier, but we closed with Young Blood, and it was kind of the first time we had played it at such an expansive level in our home country, and we were really feeling it.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was probably like one of our best live moments in our band's career.
Such an amazing highlight. Like, really, you know, that's the kind of place that you dream of playing as a kid, you know. So, like, for everything to come full circle like that, and for us to be able to play, you know, the sunset slot at ANZ Stadium, it was just like, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, and it was like we had spoken about it since 2011, like playing ANZ.
That was like that was one of the goals, yeah.
Yeah, and it's profound that it happened, you know. It was the last show we've played. We haven't played a show since.
Nope.
Which is...
Until tonight.
Yeah, which is absolutely wild, you know. But in this year, we continue on to release songs like No Shame, and we released Calm in March, but the Pandini's starting to heat up, and it turns out we might not be able to get out there and share the good word.
So we're a week away from our album coming out, when, you know, actually this kind of started,
A lot of things got canned.
late in February, where we were like, okay, so, you know, we originally had a trip lined up to go to I think we were going to the Philippines. We were meant to go to Korea and
Singapore.
like Japan, Singapore, go to a bunch of different like
Places in
Asian
Europe.
countries, and then, you know, there was like, when we were a week away, they said, hey, those countries have decided to pull out because of this thing called the coronavirus that, you know, you're having that the country's dealing with. So, you know, we won't be going there. We were like, oh, okay, you know, kind of a bummer, but whatever, you know, we'll go to England. And then this is like 3 weeks before our album. We haven't done any promo at all because everything just keeps getting pulled. We're like, okay, well, cool, we'll go to England. And then actually England's getting cancelled. They're dealing with coronavirus as well. Not a problem, you know, we still got the US. You know, we'll go to New York, come back to LA, do the thing. They said, hey guys, New York's pulled, and all in-person interviews in LA are also going to be pulled. So we're like, great. This is awesome. Really just amazing. So what do we do? Sit around and wait.
Yeah.
And our album comes out, Calm, March 27th, and I'm pretty sure it was the first album to come out when officially the country got told to stay indoors.
Yeah, like we even did the Wildflower video at home, which Andy did. Like, we was all filmed on a camera at home by significant others.
So pretty much the cycle of the way we were going to release music had totally dissipated, and now it was just our phones as a means to promote our record, and obviously our fan base, and that was it, and somehow this record has managed to get 1 billion streams, which is crazy.
Well, you can see here that we March 27th, calm release, May 2nd.
Oh yeah, true.
We immediately start reaping benefits.
That's what it says here in the list.
May 2nd, we win a Kids' Choice Award.
So the kids go, we know you couldn't get out there to promote it, but we still love you. We still love you.
You know what? I'm glad we didn't do. I mean, at this point, I was going to say, Easy came out like almost a year before, so I'm glad we didn't. But a lot of people didn't release their albums because they didn't want to see the success of it go down.
But now, since the pandemic's been raging on for a decade,
that feels like forever.
People have ended up releasing their records anyway.
People said, fuck it, let's put it out anyway.
Yeah.
But it's just too long, isn't it? A year between Easier and the album.
It was too long.
It felt like a billion years.
It's a little too long.
It felt really long.
It was too long.
And then so we, after the record came out, we wanted to do a little bit of promo. And they were like, so we're going to be doing interviews, but online. And cool, like on Skype.
Yeah.
No, there's a new thing called Zoom.
Should have invested.
Yeah, should have invested in Zoom. So then we end up doing all of our, speaking to everyone on Zoom. And then, we don't even see each other for like a few months after that.
And how do you feel about that?
Pandemic. Honestly, it was fucking awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
Really great.
Yep.
It's really, really great, just getting some time.
It was nice to, be alone.
Oh, I wasn't alone.
Oh, you
No.
Oh, you weren't alone. Me either. I had,
Yeah, towards the end of the year, we had months and months ago scheduled us to go and do a writing trip together.
Kind of like band camp.
We went out to the desert
with no activities.
Yeah, we were going to go out to the desert and we were going to make music together. And at this point, by God, were we not ready to make music? We were kind of just like, what the fuck is happening with the world? Like, what are we doing? And we ended up getting out there and did a week in this in the middle of the desert, and you were sleeping in an attic with no bathroom. You were walking.
Anything's a bathroom if you try hard enough,
That's true. And you were walking outside into the blistering cold in the mornings, taking a piss, because you didn't want to wake me up, which is really nice. In a studio that really wasn't set up to be a studio. I guess it was, but
there was some magic about it somehow.
There was
all of
magic.
its fault.
Yeah.
And I remember after that week, we looked at each other and we were like, okay, we making the next album?
Yeah, it gained momentum pretty quick.
It did, really quick.
Through there was a lot of resistance again. It was great. We showed up, most of the shit didn't work at the studio, and there were a lot of interesting characters
floating around.
Ripping around, lots of desert folk who we love.
My favorite part about that process was that we chose to make the record then. Like, we chose to start making an album.
Yeah.
Whereas in the past, it had always been like, we felt like we had to do it. Whereas this time, it was like, we went into it being like, let's do it if we want to.
And it was just us.
Yeah.
Because obviously in all the other episodes, we've been co-writing.
Yeah.
Most of the time, and this time we didn't have anyone else out there. So it was like a brand new chapter, total new ground for us to stand on, it seemed. Yeah, and that was the beginning of where we're at today, which is here in this podcast.
Oh yeah.
And here we are. So 2020, write the rest of it off. Here we are, September, in a podcast room. Haven't done anything else all year.
First time I left the house.
Yeah, well, we're supposed to do